I would say this experience has been very valuable for me, both personally for my own growth and my growth within my firm. I did a lot of self-reflecting and it came, a lot of self-awareness that I was able to kind of visualize for myself. I understand why I do and don't do things. A big part of that was listening to my internal voice, which usually held me back and stopped me from doing things or speaking up. But, working with Jen and everyone else, I was able to develop tools and techniques to kind of work through that and overcome that little voice in my head. And that's kind of why I chose the word empowering, because it really, I felt, gave me the opportunity to find my voice. The first one, the area that I was able to find my voice was really with difficult conversations. I learned in this program that I really like harmony. I like when everything, no one's feelings get hurt, everyone's feeling all hunky-dory. But you need to have those conversations. You need to be straightforward. You have to give tough love to staff sometimes. Not only for my personal growth, but for the growth of the staff. I gained confidence in my coaching ability. I knew what I had to tell them. I was confident in the message I had to send them. I just had to do it. And it's been very rewarding. The other area that I've really found my voice in during this whole program was in leadership meetings and my department meetings. I've always kind of held back. I would look, through my peers for validation, like, is this a good idea? Should I say this? But, I don't need that. I just need to go, speak up and show my worth in my department and the firm. Throughout this whole project, TLP process, it's given me enhanced visibility with firm leadership. It provides me a lot of opportunities to express my ideas and visions for the department, looking at everything as a whole. A big part of that was I began regular meetings with our department head, Annette. Jen, my coach, knows her, and she was able to give me very good tips and kind of tricks to communicate with her, because we are very different styles, personality and communication style. So Jen provided me with, a lot of different opportunities or ways to communicate with her that feels natural to me, and it's effective with getting through to Annette. So what's next for me? I hope to continue building this confidence. I still have that little voice that talks in my head, but I feel like, there's still that self-doubt, but it's getting a lot more easier, and I'm gaining a lot more of that self-confidence, speaking up in a lot of different meetings. I enhanced my strategic outlook for the firm. We just talked about my project, which is kind of that department, efficiencies. I talked about that, maybe applying that to some of our clients. We could maybe look for ways to kind of implement that to where, advisory service. So, I'm looking outside of my department of ways that we could build the firm as a whole. And I'm hoping at the end of this, all the, my personal growth, I could be looked at and become a partner within my firm, looked at a future leader, and show, begin to show what, the value and the worth I could bring.